Hello! Welcome to your Ounce of Prevention Chat with me, Dr. Stephanie Fine. So nice to see you. It's been a week. It's been a rainy week here. I don't know how it's been for you. Hopefully your weather is appropriate. I will say in Southern California it is wildly appropriate that we're having some rain because we need some water. Although I do wish that we could have rain before fire because that would be a better combination than fire before rain. So, but we're happy to have some snow and some water that we need and all the rest of that stuff. So I'm hoping that you're staying warm and comfortable where you are. And we today are talking about weight creep, which is actually one of my favorite things to talk about. You know, it's funny, as I was saying that, I just realized that I say that about everything. I enjoy all this stuff. I feel very lucky. I feel very lucky to be able to talk to you about this stuff because it's the stuff I think about and really care about. And weight creep is gaining a little bit of weight, and I mean a little, over time. So it's like ounces. An ounce a day at the end of 2 weeks is a pound, right? So that an ounce a day, no one's going to say anything about. But after 2 weeks, you have a pound, and then the next 2 weeks. So in 1 month, that's 2 pounds, and you can see in a year that's 24 pounds. That's a lot. So weight creep is that we're not really noticing because you're not going to notice an ounce. You certainly could notice 2 pounds or 4 pounds. But one, you know, because there's variation when you're weighing yourself. I mean, so anyway, weight creep is this thing that sort of comes on. And in the context I'm talking about it today, which was in the Ounce of Prevention that hopefully you got in your inbox today, and you can sign up at stephaniefinemd.com. It's about when you notice that, and hopefully you're noticing that quickly. So I'd say if you're doing this ounce a day thing, that in a month you would notice, maybe before, but by around 2 pounds or a good pound and a half that you're not seeing go away, that's where I would love, ideally, for you to, notice. And then I'm talking about noticing and then looking at what could be the cause. And in my experience, there's usually a daily habit that's causing it. Obviously, well, I was going to say it's obviously a food habit. It's not necessarily obviously a food habit. It could be a undoing of an exercise you used to do. You used to take the stairs. You used to meet your friend for a walk. You used to have a different job and your commute was different, that sort of thing. So it absolutely could be, and that's what this would require when you're looking at the weight creep. Because it's obviously not anything major. It's not like you're going out for dinner every single night, having a ton of calories, because then your weight would come on a lot faster. This is a little teeny bit. It's just over what your body burns. So it could be that you were walking 2 blocks and now you're not. Sometimes that can happen in winter. So in the spring and summer and fall, you're able to walk to the train, but in the winter, you don't like to, and then you can see that. That's actually where you'll see people putting on some weight. And that can be sort of an evolutionary thing where you're getting some padding to keep warm. But that's a separate thing. I'm just talking about now. So first step is you notice that you've had some weight creep. Then you look at your day in terms of daily habits. So again, a change would be what you're really looking for. So if you had been stable and then now you're not stable, looking for a daily habit is going to be the low-hanging fruit. That's going to be where if I just tweak this back to where it used to be, I'll be fine. Because remember, if we're talking about a pound to 2 pounds and it took a month to get on, you could easily take a month to get it off if you go back to the original behavior. And then you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to go on a crash diet. You don't have to change anything dramatic. You just have to undo what you started doing. And there you are. And that's what we're talking about, is this a change in a habit that then leads to just taking off a little bit at a time so that you're back to your normal. It went up in a month, it'll come down in a month. So my example was nightly wine. That could happen to me. And the main changes, and you can see it in the article, but the parts I want to look at are you have to identify it. That's number one. And there's a lot of different ones, right? It could be you started having a different dressing. You know, these are little things. These are not major things. If we're talking about a pound or two in a month, we're talking 100 to 200 calories a day. And that could be, you know, I had a friend once who, this is what, in the office, there was a woman who started having a bowl of candy, and she would have one every day. Well, guess what happened? It took a month to notice, but that's not nothing. So, and then all you'd have to do is undo that habit. And we go into how to undo it in the blog. And the steps are basically noticing, environmental control, and then patience. That's an important one. Sometimes it's easy to give up. Like my friend with the candy bowl, it definitely was a habit, but once she realized it, it was not that challenging. Like she, walked a different way in the office, but it was easy to see that it was causing a problem, so it was easier to see to take it off. My wine, not so much. Like I had to, and that's part of it, is replacing the habit. If it's serving a purpose, then you need that purpose filled, but with something else that's not calories. So the example with my friend and the candy is a good one because it didn't really serve. I mean, it was a little, pick me up in the day, but it wasn't a major thing that she needed a different answer for. That one could just be extinguished with some environmental cues. But my example with wine is it was a time in the day that I was very tired and I needed to sort of unwind. And I had to notice that, and then I had to figure out a way to do that wasn't caloric. Which is smart. I mean, the truth is too with wine, and I didn't put this in, but it's tricky. Like it can affect your sleep. It can have a lot of other consequences. So stopping wine, there's many reasons that one may want to stop wine if it started to get into a nightly thing. And that's one of the ways you can do that is to make sure you are aware of it. You have environmental control. You replace the need if there is one, and often there is. You have to replace it with something non-food, very important, and then be kind with yourself as you're daily going through this. And that's the thing, it's a daily habit that we're talking about. So each day you're going to be exposed to the triggers, and you will then undo them day by day by day by day. That is weight creep. And I am so happy to be able to be here to talk to you about that. So remember to notice weight creep. Look for the low-hanging fruit if there is a daily habit that you started getting into when this weight creep started happening. Well, thinking about undoing it and replacing the filled need with something non-caloric, and then being patient. I love that being patient piece. And remember, it took a month. It'll take at least a month or whatever amount of time. If it's been a year, I don't know that it'll take a year. It may, but my point is that give yourself a long runway. So join us in planforpossible.com. Planforpossible.com is where you can join the Facebook group. We talk about stuff in there. We just talked about snacks. And you can find my favorite one right now that's going on in the Facebook group, Plan for Possible. And I will see you next week to chat with you with an ounce of prevention. Have a wonderful week. Bye.